All right. So we ended up getting the upside target that we were talking about a few days ago. We also got this consolidation range on the chop box with a validation at the bottom side too. So what I'm saying here is that there is a probability that we may have already set the floor. Let's go ahead and validate now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals, raw price action, and statistical threat of analysis on this Thursday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts, team. So I'm sure that some of you are already aware, but we have officially released the ARQ algos that we've been talking about, right? So this one in particular that we're looking at right now is actually Composure, and this indicator, my team, is very powerful as we have put it to the test, and we are noticing that it is catching manipulation at play. Notice this right here. When you get this this yellow X, that usually means that capitulation is present and highly likely a sell-off can happen, right? So it is bi-directional, right? It can give us indications for the upside and downside, but generally speaking, manipulation tends to happen towards that downside, right? So notice the X printed here, then a sharp decline. When was this? Well, team, that was actually on Thursday, July 20th. That was just a few days ago, right? So we're already getting indications. We're already noticing that we can catch the criminal activity within this indicator itself. Also notice right back over here, we have 3 iterations of manipulation happening right back to back with each other. So this was actually June 14th, and this was right over here, this was June 16th, and right back here, that was June 20th. Okay, so we are noticing several iterations of manipulation happening within this asset. So now if we're gonna just kind of go over some signals regarding the Composure indicator, then let's take a look at this. Okay, so we get an upside here, right? We get the upside. This blue arrow, this blue triangle prints, and it tells you that there could be an end, or an end to the current trend, right? So the price action moves even further to the upside, thus validating the range of resistance that we were talking about between 89.98 and 91.06. So hovering over this candle here and looking at the OHLC values right on the top left, right up here, we can see that we touched 91. So ARCa was off 0.006 cents, right? So so this was the end of that downtrend. It signaled us right here that we could see an upside. We got the upside, and then this little tiny diamond, the red diamond printed, that suggests a potential sell-off coming in too. Okay, now when you do get this red triangle facing the downside, that is the EMA 8 crossing below the EMA 2, and it also suggests downside. So now that we have this downside here and we started to recover, well, take a look at this right here. This gave us a blue signal, the blue triangle. We sold off, right? And now here's the next thing. Just in the last hour of trading, we printed a yellow triangle. That tells us that now the EMA 2 is crossing upside of the EMA 8. And take a look at this. We got a blue triangle that's telling us that this downtrend here is over, and we are potentially going to face an upside. What can tell us that? I mean, if we want some relative strength here, let's just go ahead and pull up one of the other algorithms within this indicator set that we have available, and that would be the DBSI indicator. Statistical indicator takes a metric of every single candle printed throughout the entire trading history of the asset, or a certain time frame based on the time frame that you're looking at, and it gives you a relative score right up here. Notice that the bulls are starting to take over. 56% bulls leading the bears at 44%, looking bullish. Also, that blue dot down here, that is technically a buy signal. So we are getting that buy signal as well, team. Everything is looking super powerful, man. I love it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next chart here and take a look at the ARQ armor, okay? Because the armor indicator, of course, this is one of the other algos, and this is set with long and short signals as well. Please notice that we're getting the long signal right over here. We're currently sitting in the money. So how did it know that we were going to start beating that the resistance range? I don't know, but this definitely has that. This indicator definitely has that secret sauce for calling out some serious highs, just like right over here, right? We're looking at the 6-hour time frame, right? Called this long signal here, huge upside. We got this long signal here, huge upside. We got a short signal there, big time downside, right? Finally has us cover, and it looks like we're moving onwards and upwards. Okay, team, so let's move on to the next chart here, and please remember that we are also keeping in line or keeping or maintaining awareness with over the monthly chart. Can't speak English right now, man. Damn it. So that monthly chart is important because just a few days ago we printed an inverted hammer, and that inverted hammer printed after a downtrend. That's a pretty good signal that there could be a potential reversal at hand. Right, so yeah, the next resistance levels in a larger time frame. I am looking at about 106 to 146 based on conditions and if the price action does suggest, right? But we are under the belief that GTII would run in sympathy to the FNGR price movement. So I guess that's why I'm giving you these, right? So 106 to 146 could potentially be one to face over the next few days. Okay, team, and the next thing to look at here is, of course, the descending triangle or the right-angled triangle, and we are pretty much at the apex of the triangle, and this would usually be around the time where we would try to find some type of breakout, right? So that's it's very important for us to notice that, and this in particular, since we are taking a trend line from this area here, the supposed breakout area, is leading us to a top side that could potentially be right at about the top side of the 2-spot 618 at 153, and the what is it? The psychological objective, the target is suggesting 154. So very much in line with the 2-spot 618, and also in I guess in relative terms, right? Geometric and psychology they're pretty much meeting each other. They're pretty much meeting each other. Sorry. And I realized that I covered my mouth right in front of the mic. So now take a look at this. This is a really nice shift and such an incredible view here, because I have to tell you, I have not seen this coming out of GTII for quite some time now. Please notice that we are crossing upside of the SMA 14 here on the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. Both of the RSI signal represented by the cyan line and the SMA 14 represented by the pink line are pivoted towards the upside. And now notice here the buy hourly time frame finding the support from the SMA 14, continuation to the upside with a pretty nice pivot. The 4-hour time frame also finding that support from the SMA 14 with an upside pivot, and in this case we are actually landing right inside of the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile. Highly likely for us to get pulled to the upside here. Same situation with the 8-hour time frame. In fact, this is right at the mean, but if anything, it is closer to the bullish side, right, of things, the gravitational zone. So this is very likely to get us pulled to the upside as well. And this is all in respects to the shorter time frames finally starting to make some aggressive moves here. Okay, so now we're actually bleeding all the way up to the 12-hour time frame, where we're finally getting, I mean, it's been a while. It's been literally since July 12th that we have, you know, been we haven't been above the SMA 14. So we're finally getting that breakout to towards the upside. So bullish cross here, looking very good for the 12-hour. Daily time frame is also getting that cross, team. This is a very bullish thing. And notice here that we found a support on the 3-day SMA 14 of the RSI, facing a potential, it's a little consolidation, but it still has an upside pivot, doesn't it? And here's another thing. Check this out. We got the bullish cross on the 5-day. Yes, we did. And it's suggesting a slight upside. Okay, team. So these time frames are more. I guess they're waiting for the influence from the shorter time frames to really show that thrust for us to continue onwards and upwards, right? So that's pretty much what I'm looking at here for GTII, right? So I do believe there to be a continuation to the upside. And I can see, of course, once again, we have a critical resistance at 89.98 to 91.06. But if we do surpass this zone, prepare yourselves for 91 to 92.40. Beyond this, we could slide up to some pretty nice targets. There's one at 95.09. Another target located at about 98 cents and then the top side target at about 101 or just slightly below that, right? So yeah, everything is looking pretty good for GTII. Congratulations, team. I am excited for you. I'm excited for FNGR. But please remember never to take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as a form of any financial advice. Okay, take it as only entertainment purposes, right? As I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool, team. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.